Welcome to Dolphin Dive Daily, your go-to spot for everything Miami Dolphins. If you bleed aqua and orange, hit that subscribe button and join the pod. The Miami Dolphins are entering the 2025 season with a clear mission to prove that their offense has not been figured out by the league's defenses. While their unit remained efficient in 2024, the Dolphins lost two critical components that defined their success under Mike McDaniel: a game-breaking element in the passing attack and a dependable running game that kept defenses honest. The evolution of NFL defenses over the past few seasons has forced Miami to rethink its strategy, and senior passing game coordinator Bobby Slowik has taken the lead in addressing these challenges. According to Slowik, analyzing trends over the last 3 years has revealed significant shifts in how teams are defending against Miami, with a noticeable spike in two high safety schemes that directly impacted their ability to stretch the field vertically. The Dolphins are determined to adapt, diversify, and implement solutions that prevent opponents from dictating the tempo and style of play as they did last season. Slowik has emphasized that understanding the shift toward two high defenses is just the starting point for Miami's 2025 offensive planning. Last season, the Dolphins faced more dropbacks against two high safeties than any other team, totaling 202 instances in which opponents deployed these conservative, deep cover schemes. When accounting for cover for defenses designed to limit explosive plays, Miami still ranks first in encountering these formations, proving that defensive adjustments specifically targeted their strengths. The challenge for the Dolphins is not just recognizing these patterns, but finding ways to counteract them. Slowik insists the key lies in flexibility, spreading the field both horizontally and vertically, and creating multiple scenarios where defenses cannot anticipate the offense's intentions. By diversifying looks and maintaining unpredictability, Miami hopes to force opponents into uncomfortable situations, ensuring that the offense can operate efficiently regardless of the defensive scheme deployed against them. One of the most glaring issues for Miami last season was the decline in its running game, which finished 27th in rushing success rate in 2024, a steep drop from 4th in 2023. The absence of a dominant rushing attack disrupted the Dolphins' vertical passing game, limiting explosive plays to just 15 instances of 25 yards or more through the air. While the solution might seem simple on the surface, run the ball better, NFL dynamics are far more complex. Slowik explains that peak offensive performance requires both phases of the game to function in harmony, a reality that is difficult to achieve consistently in the unpredictable rhythm of a football game. The coaching staff spends extensive time preparing for ebbs and flows in production, ensuring that the offense can respond to all possible scenarios during a matchup. Success, therefore, is contingent on strategic versatility and precise execution rather than a single fix or formulaic approach. In addressing the broader challenges of NFL defenses, Slowik notes that the Dolphins must contend with variations of two high shells that are nearly impossible to predict. Miami's offense operates differently from most teams, using pre-snap motion, heavy outside zone schemes, and speed to create mismatches and force defenses into unique alignments. Defenders, in turn, are compelled to respond with unorthodox looks to counter the Dolphins' dynamic approach, making anticipation difficult. This unpredictability has necessitated an offensive philosophy that prioritizes fundamentals and technique above pre-snap guessing. Players are coached to master their craft and execute consistently post-snap, emphasizing the importance of reaction, adaptability, and discipline. For the Dolphins, controlling what they can while preparing for every eventuality is central to ensuring the offense remains efficient despite external pressures from complex defensive schemes. Slowik highlights that the Dolphins' approach involves a heavy focus on post-snap reactions, a strategy that underscores the uniqueness of their offensive challenges. Because defenses have had success dictating terms against them in the past, the coaching staff has invested significant resources in teaching players to recognize patterns and respond effectively in real time. The objective is to empower athletes to make immediate adjustments based on the defensive look they encounter, rather than relying solely on pre-snap predictions. By mastering this balance between preparation and improvisation, Miami seeks to regain control over the game's tempo. In 2025, This emphasis on post-snap intelligence could be the difference between a stagnant offense and a unit capable of producing explosive, momentum-shifting plays in every contest. Variety is another cornerstone of the Dolphins' offensive strategy this season. Slowik has repeatedly stressed the importance of dispersing the field through both horizontal spacing and vertical threats, creating opportunities to exploit mismatches across multiple alignments. Miami intends to execute packages where 5 receivers are in play, as well as situations with fewer options, ensuring that the offense remains unpredictable and adaptable. This commitment to flexibility counters the formulaic tendencies of opposing defenses that seek to force Miami into predictable patterns. By providing a broad array of offensive tools, the Dolphins can manipulate coverage, stress defenders horizontally, and attack vertically when the moment is right. The goal is to maintain the illusion of unpredictability, forcing opponents to adjust constantly rather than relying on defensive scripts to dominate the game. The evolution of the Dolphins' offensive approach also includes recalibrating the balance between passing and rushing to restore the unit's effectiveness. While the running game faltered in 2024, it remains a critical component of sustaining offensive rhythm and opening vertical passing opportunities. By reintroducing reliable rushing elements, Miami hopes to prevent defenses from crowding the secondary, which previously limited explosive plays. Slowik emphasizes that NFL offenses rarely achieve perfection, but a team capable of generating pressure across multiple dimensions, rushing, passing, and spacing, becomes exponentially harder to defend. The integration of these components requires disciplined execution, constant adjustments, and a clear understanding of each player's role in creating opportunities for teammates. The Dolphins are committed to this comprehensive approach, demonstrating a proactive effort to evolve rather than react to defensive trends. Beyond scheme and execution, mental preparation and film study are pillars of Miami's offensive philosophy under Slowik. The staff has analyzed 3 years of tape to identify evolving defensive tendencies, determining what has changed, remained constant, and needs adjustment. This meticulous preparation allows the Dolphins to anticipate areas of vulnerability while reinforcing core fundamentals. Players are drilled not just on specific plays, but on understanding the underlying principles that govern spacing, timing, and coverage recognition. By internalizing these concepts, athletes can execute with confidence even when faced with unexpected defensive looks. This combination of preparation, technique, and adaptability positions Miami to challenge the narrative that their offense can be solved, emphasizing that intelligence and creativity on the field are just as vital as raw talent. Ultimately, the 2025 Miami Dolphins offense represents a test of innovation, adaptability, and resilience. With defenses increasingly complex and aimed at neutralizing their strengths, the Dolphins' success hinges on mastering fundamentals, post-snap reactions, and versatile execution across every scenario. Slowik's approach focuses on spreading the field, diversifying looks, integrating a reliable running game, and fostering a culture of preparation and mental acuity. By attacking both horizontal and vertical dimensions of the field, Miami hopes to force defenses into uncomfortable positions, reclaiming control of games and demonstrating that their offense remains formidable. While the full effectiveness of these adjustments remains untested in live competition, the strategic groundwork laid by the Dolphins suggests a team prepared to innovate and respond dynamically, ready to prove that their offense has not been solved despite the evolving challenges of the NFL. This season, more than any other, Miami's offense is a statement in motion. The Dolphins are taking what they learned from past inefficiencies, recognizing trends, and implementing a multi-layered, adaptable strategy designed to frustrate defenses at every turn. Through a combination of post-snap adaptability, variety in formations, and a recalibrated rushing attack, the Dolphins aim to reclaim the explosive potential that defined their success under McDaniel. Slowik and his staff have stressed that control comes from preparation, fundamentals, and intelligent execution, ensuring players can respond fluidly to unpredictable scenarios. As Miami prepares to take the field in 2025, the message is clear. Defenses may adjust, but the Dolphins are ready to counter, proving that their offensive blueprint is alive, evolving, and capable of producing game-changing results regardless of the defensive schemes aimed at stopping them. Still with us? Then show some love. Hit that like button and let us know in the comments. What's your take on the Fins this week? The NFL world is buzzing with what could be one of the most tantalizing off-season moves in recent memory. Keenan Allen, long celebrated as one of the most precise route runners and reliable wide receivers in the league, has reportedly signed with the Miami Dolphins on a staggering $16 million per year deal, immediately transforming the team's offensive landscape. Rumors around the league suggest this signing isn't just about adding talent to the roster. It's about giving Tua Tagovailoa a true safety valve, someone capable of breaking down defenses with surgical precision and creating separation at will. Analysts and insiders alike are whispering that Allen's presence could be the missing piece the Dolphins have needed to truly challenge the top-tier defenses of the AFC, a team that has shown flashes of brilliance but has often struggled to maintain consistency through the air. Fans are already buzzing about the potential chemistry that could develop between Tua and Allen, a partnership that might redefine Miami's aerial attack and inject an entirely new dimension into their offensive game plan. Sources close to the Dolphins organization hint that the decision to pursue Allen was strategic on multiple levels, addressing both immediate needs and long-term ambitions. Tagovailoa, who has shown moments of brilliance but has often been constrained by inconsistent receiving options, could now have a reliable, go-to-target on almost every down. The whispers suggest that Allen isn't just a high-caliber wideout. He's a cerebral player, someone who can read coverages, adjust routes on the fly, and serve as a constant threat that defenses simply cannot ignore. The locker room reportedly welcomed the news with palpable excitement, as younger receivers are expected to benefit from Allen's mentorship and veteran insight. Meanwhile, league insiders speculate that this move could spark a domino effect, forcing other AFC East teams to reevaluate their defensive strategies in anticipation of Miami's revamped defense. There's talk of Allen becoming more than a weapon for Tua. He could very well be a symbol of the Dolphins' renewed commitment to establishing themselves as a true contender in a fiercely competitive division, where every strategic acquisition counts toward long-term success. Social media chatter is already reaching a fever pitch, with fans dissecting every potential scenario for how Allen could integrate into Miami's system. Analysts are projecting that his route-running precision, combined with Tua's accuracy and timing, could result in one of the most efficient passing attacks the league has seen in years. Pundits are speculating about how Allen's presence might alter defensive game plans, forcing opponents to dedicate extra coverage and potentially opening up opportunities for the Dolphins' running game. Insider reports suggest that the Dolphins' coaching staff is already designing plays specifically to exploit Allen's unique skill set, and there's even speculation that he could be targeted heavily in red zone situations, where his route discipline and ability to create separation could directly translate into touchdowns. Rumors indicate that this signing might also boost the morale and confidence of the entire offense, with players recognizing that the front office is serious about putting the right weapons around Tua. Fans are engaging in heated debates about potential fantasy football implications, while sports writers are drawing comparisons to other high-profile reunions between elite quarterbacks and their receivers, suggesting that Miami may have just pulled off a move that changes the trajectory of the franchise. Insiders claim that this move was a long time coming, with negotiations reportedly stretching back weeks before the official announcement, and sources suggest that the Dolphins were determined to outmaneuver other suitors who had also expressed interest in Allen. The consensus among league watchers is that Allen's decision to join Miami was influenced not only by the lucrative contract, but by the opportunity to become the centerpiece of an offensive scheme tailored to his strengths. Rumors indicate that behind closed doors, Tua and Allen have already begun building a rapport, with early reports of practice sessions showing an immediate chemistry that could translate into the regular season. Meanwhile, speculation is swirling about how this signing affects the Dolphins' future draft strategy, with insiders hinting that acquiring a proven veteran receiver could allow the team to prioritize other needs while knowing that Tua has a reliable target to develop around. Pundits are framing this as a statement move, one that signals Miami's intent to compete at the highest level immediately and the buzz across sports media platforms reflects the widespread intrigue and excitement surrounding the potential impact of this acquisition on both the team and the league. Betting analysts and fantasy sports enthusiasts are also joining the speculation frenzy, with projections suggesting Allen could rank among the top receivers statistically if Tua maintains his health and rhythm. Rumors indicate that Allen's role will not be limited to traditional wideout duties. He could also be leveraged in creative offensive packages, lining up in the slot, motioning across formations, and potentially drawing coverage away from other key targets. Insider chatter suggests that coaches are eager to exploit Allen's versatility, crafting schemes that maximize his strengths while providing Tua with consistent, high-percentage options. Fans are already envisioning highlight reels filled with precision routes, explosive catches, and critical third-down conversions, sparking debates about whether this pairing could elevate Miami to Super Bowl contention sooner rather than later. Behind the scenes, sources hint that the Dolphins' front office views Allen as a cultural addition as well, a leader who can mentor younger players while reinforcing a professional mindset that prioritizes execution and consistency. Speculation continues to build, painting a vivid picture of an offense that could dominate opponents with rhythm, precision, and a quarterback-receiver duo that becomes the focal point of the NFL narrative heading into the next season. The league's veteran analysts are suggesting that Allen's impact could be immediate, particularly in games against divisional rivals who have historically presented matchup challenges for Miami. Rumors circulating in sports circles hint that defenses might be forced into unprecedented adjustments just to contain Allen, freeing up opportunities for other offensive weapons and diversifying Miami's attack. There's talk about how Allen's experience in high-pressure situations could be invaluable during critical moments, helping stabilize the offense and giving Tua the confidence to take calculated risks. Sources also suggest that the Dolphins are planning a media strategy around Allen's arrival, highlighting his career accomplishments, work ethic, and potential influence on the team's playoff prospects. Fans are buzzing about the symbolic nature of the signing, interpreting it as a signal that Miami is serious about competing not just in the division, but on the national stage. Social media speculation is rife with debates about how opposing teams might adapt their defensive schemes, with rumors hinting that this signing could trigger a cascade of strategic adjustments across the AFC East. Analysts are cautiously optimistic, noting that while chemistry is never guaranteed, the pairing of Tua and Allen seems poised to create one of the most compelling narratives of the NFL offseason. Rumors are also swirling regarding potential contract incentives and performance bonuses embedded in Allen's deal, suggesting that the Dolphins are betting on his ability to deliver immediate, tangible results while also rewarding long-term contributions. Sources close to the situation indicate that Allen's willingness to join Miami may have been influenced by the opportunity to step into a role where he can directly impact games, rather than simply complement an existing star. Industry insiders speculate that this signing could also have a psychological effect on the locker room, signaling that management is committed to building around Tua, giving players a renewed sense of purpose and confidence in the team's direction. Meanwhile, opposing teams are reportedly taking notice, with rumors that scouts and defensive coordinators are already analyzing how to counteract Allen's precision routes and reliable hands. Fan forums are flooded with speculation about potential offensive schemes, with debates ranging from deep passing attacks to creative short-yardage solutions that maximize Allen's skill set. The cumulative effect of this rumor-driven excitement has created a palpable sense of anticipation, with every analyst and commentator seemingly weighing in on the potential ripple effects of one of the most high-profile off-season acquisitions in recent years, framing Allen as the centerpiece of Miami's offensive evolution. Early whispers in the media suggest that Allen's presence could be transformative beyond the stat sheet, affecting Tua's decision-making, timing, and confidence in critical moments. Insiders hint that Miami's coaching staff is already exploring ways to integrate Allen into pre-snap adjustments, route combinations, and red zone packages, essentially giving Tua a dependable safety net that could reduce pressure in high-stakes scenarios. Rumors indicate that this could also open up creative play-calling opportunities, allowing the Dolphins to exploit mismatches and capitalize on defensive tendencies with unprecedented efficiency. Analysts and commentators are speculating that Allen's arrival could redefine Miami's offensive identity, shifting the narrative from a team with sporadic passing success to one with consistent, elite-level production in the air. Fans are discussing potential milestone achievements, playoff implications, and how Allen's skill set could synergize with other offensive assets. In private circles, league insiders are debating whether this signing could trigger a broader shift in how teams approach quarterback-receiver relationships, framing Miami as a case study in strategic acquisitions that prioritize precision, reliability, and veteran leadership as key components of a championship-caliber offense. The ripple effects of Allen joining the Dolphins are reportedly being felt throughout the AFC East, with speculation suggesting that division rivals may need to rethink defensive priorities and allocate more resources to contain him. Sources hint that coaches and analysts across the league are closely monitoring how Tua's decision-making evolves with Allen on the roster, and early reports indicate that the pair's chemistry during off-season workouts is already generating attention. Fans are engaging in fervent debates about potential explosive games, highlight reel catches, and how this pairing could dominate fantasy football drafts, reflecting the widespread anticipation surrounding the duo. Rumors suggest that Miami's front office views Allen as more than just a receiver. He's a mentor, a strategic chess piece, and a cultural addition that reinforces the team's commitment to excellence. Analysts are cautiously projecting that, if healthy, this combination could vault the Dolphins into legitimate playoff contention, changing perceptions of what the team is capable of in the upcoming season. The chatter continues to grow, painting a vivid narrative of excitement, expectation, and the tantalizing possibility that Tua Tagovailoa and Keenan Allen could redefine Miami's aerial attack. Behind the scenes, whispers indicate that Allen's integration into Miami's system is already showing signs of progress, with coaching staff reportedly impressed by his adaptability, route discipline, and leadership qualities. Rumors suggest that team meetings and practice sessions have become high-energy environments, with Allen's influence creating a palpable sense of urgency and focus that may elevate the overall performance of the offense. Analysts are speculating that this acquisition is not merely about individual talent, but about crafting a cohesive unit built around trust, timing, and precision. Fans are dissecting every reported interaction between Tua and Allen, imagining the possibilities for clutch plays, third-down conversions, and game-changing moments that could swing critical contests. Sources close to the organization hint that this move was meticulously planned to give Miami a sustainable competitive edge, addressing both immediate needs and long-term aspirations. The buzz is relentless, reflecting the collective curiosity, excitement, and cautious optimism that comes with what many are already calling one of the most intriguing quarterback-receiver partnerships in recent NFL memory. Speculation has reached fever pitch over how Allen's signing could reshape Miami's offensive philosophy, with insiders suggesting that the coaching staff is considering more aggressive aerial schemes to maximize his impact. Rumors indicate that Allen could serve as a decoy at times, drawing coverage away from other weapons, while also being the focal point of design plays that exploit his route-running mastery. Analysts are projecting potential statistical surges, including increased completion percentages for Tua, higher yardage totals, and more red zone efficiency, all hinging on the successful integration of Allen into the system. Fans are weighing in with hypothetical scenarios, imagining highlight reel touchdowns, clutch catches, and the possibility of Miami emerging as a formidable force in the AFC East. Sources hint that this move could also influence future draft strategies, free agent pursuits, and long-term roster planning, positioning Allen as a central figure in Miami's vision for sustained success. The rumor mill continues to churn, with every report, tweet, and insider tip feeding the growing narrative that Tua Tagovailoa's escape routes just became exponentially more dangerous with the arrival of Keenan Allen, signaling a potential turning point in the Dolphins' quest for offensive supremacy. Finally, the narrative swirling around Miami and Keenan Allen seems to be reaching critical mass, with every facet of the discussion, from fan speculation to insider whispers, pointing toward transformative potential. Rumors suggest that Allen's veteran presence could instill not only confidence, but also discipline in the Dolphins' offense, providing Tua with a trusted target who can consistently perform under pressure. Analysts are weighing in on how Allen's route-running acumen could open up entirely new strategic possibilities, allowing the team to attack defenses in ways previously unimagined. Insider chatter hints at potential milestones, playoff implications, and a ripple effect that could influence team culture, draft strategy, and the league-wide perception of Miami as a serious contender. Fans are captivated by the idea of a dynamic duo capable of redefining what it means to play quarterback and wide receiver in harmony. Speculation is at an all-time high, and the buzz surrounding Allen's signing is framing him as a potential game-changer whose influence could extend far beyond statistics, reshaping Miami's offensive identity and energizing the fan base with the tantalizing promise of what's to come. That's a wrap for today's dive. If you're loving the content, share it with a fellow Dolphins fan, hit subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a splash. Fins up.